Some people say the protest site at Golf is like a carnival, and it's not going to go anywhere, and it's a useless attempt to change things around, and it's a waste of time. I have a different opinion. Hear me out. I have been to the protest site 6 days at various times, mornings, afternoons, and in the evenings, just so that I personally can get an understanding what the protest site is all about and what are the underlining emotions that are driving this protest. It's love and hope, mostly speaking. A lot of the people are there patiently and persistently voicing their concerns. It's truly remarkable. It's refreshing. And I personally believe it's something for us to be proud of and something to be celebrating, because the alternative would have been the typical protest that we have seen in Sri Lanka and around the world, usually with riots, tear gas, and violence. That's not what we want. Now, having said that, I'm not naive to think that it is not possible for these protests to get violent. It is possible, but as a citizen that attends these protests, I am committing myself to make sure that I do the best, I do what I can to the best of my abilities to make sure that it is kept non-violent, peaceful, and we are going to be addressing we are going to be addressing collectively some of these issues Sri Lankans are facing right now. Now, imagine when Usain Bolt was born and when he was crawling, if his loved ones laughed at him and said, all this crawling, how is he going to win a gold medal? Same kind of analogy. This type of a movement is new, and I believe with time, hopefully within the next few days or few weeks, we will see this movement evolving. I don't know, only time will tell. Two things will influence that. One is it depends on people who are attending to the protest, and the second one is that how consistently are they sharing their wants, their desires, their asks. So I personally believe that this this vibe, this fun, joyful vibe, is a great thing, because we all know anger, hate, that will not last for long. It is like 100-meter sprint versus a marathon. We are in a relay style marathon. Social change is like a relay style marathon. Individuals pass the baton from individual to individual, or group to group, or generation to generation. And we know that hate is energy draining and it's not long lasting. So even if it does last for a long time, the outcome will not be good. So first and foremost, I am grateful that there is a fun kind of an atmosphere rather than violence. Because when it's fun and inviting and welcoming, you see individuals who might not be attending the usual protests attending. You see families coming, older generations, young generations, newborn babies. Some mothers are coming with their newborn babies. So this protest site is welcoming to all everyone. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I have heard that there are no goals for this protest. There's no unified message. I beg to differ. If one chooses to attend the protest site and read all the placards and listen to the slogans and the chants, not all of it, at least some of it, they will see that what are the underlining common themes. As an example, yesterday I was talking with Peter de Almeida, and we saw a boat that said, "Give us the money you stole, give us our money back." Something along those lines. Now, that seems like a very fair request. That person believes the government or some family or some person stole the money and they want the money back. Now, one could make a good faith argument saying, hey, how do you know that person stole the money? When you walk down the protest site, you see another board saying, audit 225 politicians as well as the president. That sounds like another great idea. So, if there is nothing to hide, let's audit them. Now, one might say that, hey, we do not have the proper legal framework to do that because of the 20th Amendment and whatnot. Well, I saw another board that said that repeal the 20th Amendment and bring back the 19th Amendment. I do not have the answers, but if one is interested as a citizen, we can go to the site, read the boards and listen to the chants and synthesize all these ideas, these requests, and we will be able to come to a mutual understanding what are the underlining asks. This protest is not going to be perfect on day 1 or day 7 or day 10. That's okay. We humans are not perfect, but we are striving towards having a better system. Now, one might ask, what type of a system do you want? What systems are you talking about? Is it political, social? Is it environmental? Is it economical? I would like to say all of it. There are different groups are proposing different ideas. In Sri Lanka and around the world, we are not short of great ideas. We are not short of awareness. The issue, in my humble opinion, is the coordination of these great ideas, coordination and collaboration of these great plans that we have. So, I'm not going to get into it right now, but I'm more than happy to explain my thoughts and my perspectives of regarding those issues. But one thing we have to understand, we as Sri Lankans, at least in my lifetime, from my experience, we have been mostly outsourcing our civic action to political parties or to some sort of a savior. We want them to come, change the system, and immediately give us a solution. And we struggle to learn this lesson. And I'm glad that now we are collectively learning this. And that's great because experiential learning is a really powerful thing. So, with that, I would like to go to the third thing that I have heard. These protests are NGO funded, or these protests, people who are attending the protests or organizing the protests have ulterior motives. I don't know. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Yeah, I would say. But the key thing is, whether we like it or not, there's going to be individuals and entities, whether it's foreign organizations, foreign nation states, or local political parties, or social media influencers. Many people, many entities have different motives. We cannot suppress those things. We cannot use violence or other types of means to push it aside. One of the things that has been tried and tested over the years, if you do read up on some of the social changes, is that we can show by example what we desire, and we can be the change we seek to be, right? If we do not want foreign entities meddling in our country, then we need to be clear about that. Sri Lanka and Sri Lankans, I would like to respectfully say, have been suffering from an identity crisis. and that is now slowly coming to an end. And I think um, that's the joy you see at the protest, because we are understanding that in the house that we have been living, there have been 22 rooms. Imagine if 22 rooms, each room had 1 million people in the room. There have been arsonists running around setting the rooms on fire, setting the house on fire. Now, we as citizens have been told, hey, look, that population, they are the ones who are setting this house on fire. Many of us fell for this. Now, it's not collectively speaking only the political parties. There have been media institutions and other types of civil societies, or other religious institutions or other entities, I do not know, that may have contributed at varying levels. But the beauty of this protest is that now we are having a conscious awakening. We are waking up to the fact that, hey, wait a minute, it's not these other ethnicities that are setting the house on fire. It's you people. You people have decided that it is profitable to set the rooms on fire, distract us from the real arsonist, like an illusionist, like a magician, and then you are profiting from this mess. So the good thing is, Sri Lankans are waking up, and you see this around the world. There are many other citizens around the world are also waking up. Different citizens are using different tactics, deploying different tactics to express their concerns, and Sri Lankans are trialing out this tactic, which is peaceful, joyful protests at Golf Fest and around the country right now. Now, one might say, hey, wait a minute, it's unfair to point the finger at one family. It should be the entire system, right? Okay, fair enough. If you're making a good faith argument, I don't know. What I do know is that it has come to a point that the arsonists have an idol, and that idol has been encouraging others to also have mini arsonists, lighting up small parts of the rooms on fire. So naturally, people are frustrated, angry. However, they are not putting their anger through violence. Thankfully, they are voicing it through extremely creative ways. We heard Rabam Pada, we heard funny, hilarious placards. All these things are ways of showcasing their frustration, which is a great thing. Now, coming back to the hidden agendas, all what I can say is that I know what my intentions are. I want a better Sri Lanka. I want a Sri Lanka that we can all be proud of. Now, how do we get there? What does that mean? That's something that I am hoping to discuss with people and learn from the people who are attending at the protest. Now, this is something that I saw on an interview, which I will put it in the comment section, that reminded me and everyone to come and learn from the protest. Not try to teach how to protest or how not to protest. Try and learn, and I think it's great. It was a refreshing reminder. One of the things that I heard from an interview I watched from a politician yesterday, that was giving this politician was giving an interview to an Indian channel, Indian news outlet. This politician was saying that we have done so much for this country, but people don't know. There has been a communication gap. There has been a communication issue. Now, the previous government also said the same thing. Oh, we have done so much, but people don't know. But I would like to respectfully remind all politicians, hey, listen, actively listen. Stop talking and start listening. Because if you heard the people and their concerns, you will understand. Once you address that concern in a meaningful and sustainable way, you don't have to spend millions of rupees or dollars to have advertising and marketing campaigns to inform them that you have fixed that issue. If the issue is a broken road, once you fix it, they know the broken road is fixed. If the issue is poverty or hunger, once it's sustainably addressed, or if it's reduced, they know they used to be hungry, not anymore. They didn't have a job. Now the process of opening a business is easier. Another thing that these politicians tend to now shift the blame, because this whole blame game is, oh, it's not me, it's never me, it's that person, it's that entity, that government agency or authority. Listen, you've been appointing most of these government employees, and the government employees, as far as I know, are some of the smartest people in this country. So how did these government employees become corrupt? I would like to propose that you have been incentivizing corrupt behavior. When one government is trying to get things done, the opposition might be colluding with some of the government employees or trade unions or whatnot to try and slow the progress. And then when the current governing party loses and the opposition come into power, the governing party deploy the same tactics. They call up their friends in trade unions and in the government agencies, and they keep doing these things. These things keep happening. We are tired. We are really tired of this passing the blame game. Please take ownership. If you are unable to take ownership, then let's have a discussion. How best can we help you all to get us all out of this mess? Obviously, some of you do not have the moral courage or the intellectual capacity or the desire to help Sri Lankans. When I say some of you, I'm not limiting it to politicians per se, not in an offensive way either, but some have a stronger desire than the other. That's the reality. So I am not trying to be condescending or try to be offensive. So if it came out of me in the wrong way, I do apologize. But let me go back to the final thing. We as Sri Lankans are asking ourselves, who are we? Who do we want to be? And who can we be individually and collectively? These are great questions, and I believe only time will tell. For that to happen, I would like to respectfully invite all Sri Lankans, if and when possible, attend the protest sites, whether it's in at Goa Face or anywhere else, and make time to discuss your ideas, your solutions, and let's take it from there. Because individually, not a single individual will be able to come up with solutions to the problems that we are facing. We will only see one piece of the puzzle. That's our piece of the puzzle. So, for us to understand where we fit in, we need to collectively work together. So, with that, I'm going to end this video. This is my first recorded video, and I hope to make a few more. I'm still learning about this. So let me know your thoughts, your comments below. And I am willing to exchange ideas. I'm eager to learn from you. And let's do this, Sri Lanka. Let's do this. So I will be going today to the protest site. If you are there, let's meet up. See you.